I want to bring in now Tomi Lahren, a fearless host, Outkick. Also, let me do that over. Tomi Lahren is fearless, host on Outkick. Tomi Lahren. All right, big money host, Taylor Riggs. Let's start with this because I just don't think between crime going down, overdose deaths plummeting, we've got an amazing story here, Tomi, that's underreported big time.
President Trump keeps saying it because it's true. The hottest country in the world right now, and we're just getting started. I mean, all those things that he set us up for in the last year, I think they're going to come to fruition this year. It's going to be a hot year. And even if we just focus on the border, I know that we don't give President Trump enough credit because when you fix something, you don't get as much credit. People don't pay as much attention.
Especially from the people that broke it.
Yeah, but the proof is in the pudding with these crime numbers. I mean, look what happens when you put America first.
You know, to that point, someone put out on X all these different crime numbers, how much they're down. CBS News actually acknowledged it. And then Elon Musk has put out a post. Turns out jailing or deporting repeat violent offenders greatly reduces the murder rate.
Imagine that.
I know. I mean, how come people don't want to acknowledge that?
No, because they're mad that he's winning. And this is a key issue for him that he's winning on. But I'm also excited about some of the economic issues that he's starting to turn on. Charles, I know that you and I watched the University of Michigan sentiment survey. Yes, it's political. Yes, it's very, very volatile.
Yeah.
But for all of that's worth, consumers are feeling better. And this goes across ages, income, political affiliations, broad-based. Now, we're coming off some of the lows there. We're nowhere near where we were in 2016, 2017, but consumers are feeling better about personal finances, about where they're going, and about the direction of this country.
Yeah, by the way, every group, every subcategory in today's report, but we do have some issues here I want to talk about. One is the loneliness crisis. You know, we're going to put up a chart. 29% of U.S. households consist of only one person. That's just physical loneliness, but I think, Tomi, it's more than that, right? I mean, we're just we're not close to each other as we once were. I think a lot of it's technology, but I feel like it's a serious problem.
It is a problem. You blame technology, I blame COVID, right? Because during COVID, they told us stay away from everybody. This glorified cold is going to get you. The kids stay home and remote learning, learn how to talk to a computer, learn how to be invested in your devices. People forgot how to talk to one another. The young people, the Gen Z, they're not going out to bars anymore. They're sitting at home smoking weed on the couch. We've got to fix this. We got to get people mingling again. Bring back the club scene. You know, the millennials, we loved a club.
No, one of these I agree with her, Taylor, is like, I was looking at this thing on Tinder, right? And so they ask men, there's three categories: like and match, like but no match, and pass. For men, like but no match is 52%, pass is 47%. For women, pass 95%. So maybe the women are too selective. Maybe we got to get them out of the club and knock a couple drinks back.
I think Tommy's going to agree with me on this one. We want a real man. I don't want what the Democrats are selling me. I don't want a weakened man who can't figure out what his pronouns are. Give me a man who can be a head of the household, help provide for my family, has a good job, is smart, is interesting, and I think women would be swiping all the time. So we need to re-emasculate men and make them feel like they are valued and worthful.
Or go somewhere we can physically meet people and talk to them instead of trying to figure it out this way.
Women need to get back to their feminine side as well. I will say that. We know that women are trending more liberal, men are getting more conservative or staying the same. You know, the women, it's not just they have high expectations of a lot of things, but, you know, some women, they don't like a masculine man. They've been told for so long that that's toxic masculinity. That's not the case, leading to a loneliness crisis, leading to a birth rate decline. We got to fix all of these things.
So that brings us to the modern family, okay? I saw a great graphic here on minutes that parents spend with their child care. And interesting enough, for millennials, it's higher than any other category, whether it's for the father and the mother. So I think, Taylor, I mean, that's kind of a good development.
I read a great quote the other day. At the end of my life, I will never regret the extra kid I chose to have, but I will always regret the kid that I didn't have, that I chose not to have. Love that we are thinking, and I'm giving a shout out to JD Vance and Siobhan's pregnant with their fourth kid. Time with kids. I think in this time when we're all so busy, women were grown up with this lie that we can have it all. We can't have it all, but it comes in phases. We can't have it all at one time. There's going to be days when I have to work harder, but there's going to be days when I get extra minutes with my children. It's about how we spend quality time, quality moments with those kids.
You're exactly right. And I think also looking to this administration, not only do you have the second lady, but you also have Caroline Leavitt, who's pregnant with her second. And works through it all, right? So it's showing that women can have it all, maybe not all at once, but strong, powerful women can exist and also have a family and have a husband. It can be done.
Right.
It just takes a little bit more effort, and that's okay.
I think it's important for our economy. It's the really key cornerstone of a strong, vibrant economy. But on that note, I'm going to ask about, since we're in the fourth industrial revolution, the sidebar to this is, for instance, there's a headline: Sam Altman and his husband started to have this fund to edit baby genes. Creating the perfect baby out of a...
I don't want to play God. My sister, I love her. She has 2 out of the 3 are in vitro babies. But when they start asking what egg and which baby with which eye color, her appropriate, in my opinion, response was, that's playing God too much. Just give me the egg with the best chance to live. And I think that's how we should be approaching some of this technology.
All of this is icky to me. You're right, playing God. I don't think it's ever going to work out well. You know, the beauty of the American people and the human race in general is that we do have diversity. You know, the left loves diversity of all things. But that's the thing. You don't pick and choose what you want in somebody. That's God's job if you're a believer. And I think this is all just real icky.
I had a great housing guest on, I think it was yesterday, and I was asking about the American dream, owning a home, and, how younger people are kind of giving up on it. She said it might not be a bad thing. Maybe they should consider other things, particularly in terms of an investment. Old folks have all the houses and not giving them up, and maybe that is not such a bad thing after all.
Okay, maybe disagree with me. I like this. Yes, we could talk about the benefits of ownership culture. I agree. It's better to be an owner than a tenant because I'm less likely to burn down my city when I'm an owner and I have a stake in that community. That being said, I sold my home at a loss. I could have put that money instead in the S&P 500, would have done much better. I like that right now when my dishwasher breaks, I don't have to buy a new one, but that's just me.
A lot of people move around for work, so it's easier to rent for a lot of people. But I will say, I really get tired of Gen Z saying that they can't afford homes. You can't afford a home and 3 iced coffees a day and a trip to Cabo every 3 months. You can't afford it all. Where are your priorities? So I don't really buy into this whole Gen Z victimhood mentality. Sometimes you got to work a little bit harder for the things you want. If a home is not it, that's fine. But don't blame everybody but yourself.
I agree. Prior generations, they did sacrifice. You're going to say your grandfather bought a house for 6 apples, but it took him 20 years to get those 6 apples. All right, let's talk about wealth for a moment, because at Davos, they had these billionaires saying we need to do this. None of them wrote a check, right? None of them wrote a check. 400 millionaires and billionaires are calling for higher taxes on the super rich. Voluntarily give up a check. Now, here's the problem. We got this chart up here. It's not the 1%. It's that teeny small fraction of folks who are going to be 100 billionaires, trillionaires. I think that skews everything, but let's admit, we're in a city right now that just elected a socialist, right? This is a serious economic and social issue that I'm worried could get worse.
Yeah, I think it's going to get worse. And look at California as the best example. They wanted to do the millionaire tax. I believe that's in Washington. But at California, they're kind of saying, maybe we don't want to tax rich people because we've already lost so many businesses.
Well, a few of the richest that were leaving.
Yeah, they're saying we're going to get out of here. New York, I mean, Miami is going to be the hottest place to be probably for the next 5 years for good reason. You can't just tax your way out of every problem. And Virginia, they're just making more mistakes again with their moderate governor, leading them into more tax. Take from people who are working hard, give it to the illegal aliens in the Leering centers. Wow, what could go wrong?
I'm with you. I'm a capitalist through and through. At the end of the day, I love capitalism and I believe in it. But I think you and I have talked about this. We need to be thinking about what does socially responsible capitalism look like. It cannot be capitalism at any cost. It has to be doing something that instead of just the bottom line, instead of just the profit, it has to be also investing in the people. That would go a long way to help close the inequality gap.
Well, that's why we shipped so many jobs overseas. That's why corporate America looks the other way and wants open borders. They want to pay the least amount of money, and ironically, they want us to be the consumer of those goods. You didn't provide us with any opportunity to make them, no opportunity to benefit from them, but you want us to buy them from you, and it's gotten so skewed. Profit margins have never been this high, and share of labor from work has never been this low. So I'm worried with you, both of you, that something has to be done about it. All right, ladies, I wish we had more time. Hope you got some shovels. Are you ready for the weekend?
Let's shovel. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Tommy, Taylor, thank you both very, very much. All right, folks,